Aquarius, I feel like in a really strange way, you guys kind of forgot where the fuck you were heading or what the fuck you was doing. You know, whether it was before you met someone, before you got this new job, before you moved, like there was almost like a passion or a drive before something happened that doesn't seem to ring any bells more recently. And I think the reason why is because essentially your energy's being poisoned or pulled away from you. You know, this doesn't just need to be draining people. This could be a draining action, a draining job, something where you're exerting too much energy into a position that you really never gave a fuck about in the first place. But you're almost like you're trying to force something. You're trying to cause like this click in your head that just ain't happening, right? Because this was never your thing. This is what they're saying. Like this, whatever this scenario is, whatever this thing is, like it was just never yours, right? And this could, in the aspect of a person, it could be that like this person was never dedicated to you, right? This person was never attached to you. You may have gained an attachment towards them, but they would never into you like that. You know what I mean? The same way that you're into them. There's no reciprocal energy going back and forth here. It's never been like that. Okay. And this could be also you talking about your past and be like, well, I've never had this. I've never had that. You know, there might be new things coming forward for you, new opportunities that you just never had in the past. They're saying that you're going to stop, with this stagnant ass energy, with this I feel like just backtracking, talking about what you didn't have. And, I don't think you're thinking about what you got now, right? I think you almost act like you're completely defeated or without options, but I just don't see that to be true, as you can see. Now, like I said, this could be someone poisoning the well, okay, but they just don't do this to one person. They do this to many people. They have the capability of poisoning someone's mind or changing someone's mind, molding and shaping someone's mind in a way that can be negative. Like I said, the poison right there. And this could be poisoning you sexually. No, I'm not going to say a literal poisoning. And you might have food poisoning even, but that would just be a symbolism or a sign that, I think more or less that this message is for you, is that you are rejecting everything out of your body in order to protect yourself, to protect your energy, because it's being overexerted in other places. It's not supposed to be in those other places, you know what I mean? It's not, I think that the more that you kind of make this reach here, I think you reach too much, right? It's not that you're reaching towards a goal that's too large for you because you're capable of completing it. It's that you're reaching towards a goal that isn't for you, that doesn't make much sense for you and for your path ahead. It's like you've completely changed up something. Now, I don't know whether this is just because someone maybe told you to change something up or someone told you to shift and shape something, but this ain't right to me. It doesn't sit right in my gut right now because, to be fair, Aquarius, you are a rebel. You're not really meant to listen to others' reason, right? This is your own reason that pulls through. That humanitarian side of you comes through. That rebellious side of you comes through. That's what it's meant to do. You know what I mean? I think, okay. I think a fair chance is I think you can't govern what people are going to think about your path ahead, or what they're going to think about your next choices coming up here, that it's going to have a large impact obviously on the lives around you. You can't choose what they think or feel. Okay, understand that. So no matter what path you go down, you cannot choose what they think or feel. Now, if you're going down a path that was suggested to you to please somebody else, or a path where you are just completely enamored and attached to some one other person, I'm letting you know now this is not going to work. That's the foil plot type shit where Aquarius thinks that they have the capability of just being completely subservient to one individual, when the reality is y'all need a whole support system. You need friends, you need allies, you need people who back you 1,000%, 100%. They hype you up and they let you know that you're beautiful, you're wonderful, you're handsome, that you have all these characteristics that are necessary. It's you need a whole hype squad, you need a cheerleading squad. because of your doubt, though. You know, if this was a situation where you had complete and utter confidence in yourself, you wouldn't be pulling back and trying something different and new because, like I said, it was suggested to you, versus going on the path that was less traveled that you already had in store for you. It's like you're afraid to take a risk right now. But why? That's been your whole entire life, is to risk and risk and risk. And there's always been a reward behind that. So now why are you, you know, trying to think almost like too much outside the box, right? It's like you're foiling it. You could just keep foiling the plot, where it's like, okay, you know, all right, so you do something and then you do something a little bit different, and you keep like you keep almost like masking it and masking it and masking it. Now it's just not making sense to you. It's not calling to your heart. It's not a decision that you want to make. It's folded, right? You folded, okay? I feel like you folded towards somebody. King of Swords. Yeah, you folded towards a situation, whether that be romantic, whether that be sexual, it could be family. You folded, okay? And by design, like, I feel like it was almost meant to make some of these horrible decisions when it comes to the draining relationships and draining work situations, because they're trying to build you up for what's coming, okay? Like, I think that they're trying to help you find the cause of your disease, okay? The cause of your disease, the cause of your mental anguish. They want you to listen to your inner voice and not listen to other people's stories about how they perceive your inner voice, okay? So, you know, when it comes to the tarot, when it comes to astrologers, they just want you to listen to you, okay? Just you, only you, that's it. Ace of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, they're saying like there's sabotage all around this motherfucking, you know, situation. You have the capability of not only yourself but like 100 other people. Why is that not being accentuated by design, right? Why isn't that being accentuated by your mind, right? So like, yeah, they said you're foolish, okay? You're stupid. Like, in a way, this is just a stupid action. This is one stupid action, but that can cause many domino effects of other stupid situations, okay? Just because it's one time, this time, you're like, well, I slipped up one time, but, well, one can also become two, while two can also become three, while three can also become infinite. Right, 2 ones. Yeah, they're saying 2 doubles to me means like that's double trouble. Like, it can have a adverse effect, domino effect on many things, not just one. There is like almost a voice calling out to you. That's what I feel like, whether it's a dream or something. Somebody's trying to like hit you upside the head or something like that. And if you've been having, like you say, terrifying dreams, I honestly believe somebody is just trying to wake you up. I don't think it's like negative, right? Someone might be trying to wake you up. They might be trying to shake you out of sleep. But this is not a negative force. This is an energy letting you know, bitch, you need to change. Okay, bitch, you need hope, you need help. You don't need people trying to tell you how to operate. You need people supporting how you will further operate, you know, in the future. Your previous idea was correct, not the one that people are trying to make up in your skull and mold in your head, right? And so, like, I think that there's going to be a lot of confirmation coming through for y'all Aquarius. I think that, you know, you can't have, there's a such thing as like too much of a good thing, and where I feel like this is a kind of like a negative thing versus being completely stable and steady, is like there's this attachment level that you're having towards it, or this attachment to this past story, right? I don't know if you keep telling people your background, telling people your story, it's like you're about your parents, about this and this and that. That attachment level is so insane. It's insanity, because it's not because nobody wants to hear about it. Ace of Cups, yeah, obviously people are really interested about your story and how you became who you are, but there's some things that are better left unsaid. Okay, there's some things that need to stay a story within your mind versus a story that gets out and it spreads like a wildfire, right? They're saying that there is, you know, privacy kind of, you know, dwindling right now because you're sharing so much with one or two or whoever, whatever people, or you're sharing some part of yourself physically with a job, or emotionally. It's kind of destroyed your sense of self, your sense of identity, your sense of knowing, right? You don't feel comfortable with just knowing something anymore. You don't feel comfortable with just being confident in knowing something anymore. Like, there's no solid yes or no right now. There's only maybe. And, like, because of these constant maybes, you've become enthralled and wrapped into someone else's fucking plan. Because you decided to make decisions on their behalf and, maybe even try to push them. But there was definitely pushback. Let's put it that way. There was definitely pushback. They definitely tanked everything else in your life in order to draw you out of this melancholy feel, this feeling of like, well, if I can't control this person, or if I can't control this situation or this opportunity, then what the fuck is the point of me even like pushing forwards and moving towards that positive version of myself? Like, what is the fucking point then? If nobody's listening to me, then what's the point? That's where that becomes a problem, right? Because Knight of Cups, there might be someone actually saying this to you. It's like they might be trying to kind of crawl into your skin a little bit and be like, well, you won't listen to me, right? You won't listen to me about the changes that I'm telling you to make. I feel like, I saw fire signs, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. You're not listening to me about the changes I want you to make. So because you won't, listen, then I'm going to walk away. It's like someone's trying to force you or gaslight you. It's like martyrdom type shit. They're trying to keep you in one space. They're trying to keep you pinned down. And that's just by nature, that's not who you are. You can never be domestic like that. That's never gonna be who you are, right? You're way more important to this universe than just being a domestic cog, right? You've just never been built like that. As relaxed as you can be, you've always been in the boss chair in some type of way, right? Three of Pentacles, that's why you had several steady, stable means of income, and honestly, they're probably only developing, only growing right now, right? They're only growing. So someone trying to tell you shit when they don't have shit, like, that's triggering. Death in the upright, which could also mean Scorpio, that's triggering. It's triggering that people think they know your ending. It's triggering that people think they know your fate or your destiny just because you're sitting in a certain chair. It's like that chair can change at any time, Aquarius, and you will be more comfortable, honestly, not knowing the exact date and time and destiny than going in knowing and consistently pulling yourself apart over the fact that, like, you could have done better, you could have done worse, you could have done this, you could have done that. Like, you worry so much about the competition piece of life when the reality is just like, live it, right? Live it. And this is what I feel like you've been telling people, is like, live life to the fullest, don't give up, keep pushing, and like eventually what you're looking for will manifest into reality. And I feel like y'all been telling people that, hence why all these spiritual cards keep popping up, very, very spiritually adept cards, right? Yeah, look, you've been telling people, you've been showing people the way, you've been saying like, hey, like, it's okay now. Like, we're good. We're allowed to come out of our shell. We're allowed to express ourselves. We're allowed to play the role and part that we've always felt like playing. King of Cups, exactly. You are a safe space for people. Okay, you are a safe space for several different people. Now, let me make this clear, right? A safe space can be very, very good and very, very difficult, very bad. Okay, for your mental health, because if you're their safe space, are they returning that favor? Okay, or do they just favor you because you give good advice, give good sexual chemistry? Do they, maybe it's cuddling, maybe are they even in the sexual relationship? Like, what is it that this person stands to gain from you in particular is kind of what you want to be thinking about going into this, even though that might seem a little bit negative. People do want to learn from you. They want to fight with you, but there's almost no, I feel like it's a given, right? I feel like that's just like normal. That's normal for someone who's also getting publicity. So maybe you're getting publicity for the first time in a minute, but they're saying like that's normal. You can't, there's almost like an egotist or an egotistical person in your head. That's what I've picked up on. It's like at moments that egotistical side pops out, but in almost the right moments your emotional side also pops out. So people are able to gauge both within maybe one conversation, and it sticks with them for the rest of their life type shit. Like, it's that deep. Like, what you say and how you feel towards a person, it's just that deep. They'll never forget you. They'll never forget your face. They'll never forget your ideology. They'll never forget your voice. You know, it's crazy to them. Okay, so let's see the outcome of y'all. You know, you need to stop and regroup for a second. So let's see what the outcome is of that situation. Okay, the sun, happiness. Okay, there's a big break coming up. Big break, especially when it comes to finances. Okay, big, huge fucking break. Page of Wands. Someone's going to be helping you with this break. Someone's going to be pushing you along. I feel like it might be somebody trying to help you financially, give you a little leeway, or, you know, if it's not financially, then give you a leeway when it comes to location, trying to move you to a place that can feel comfort. Like, you want to be able to basically feel comfortable in a position that can enhance your abilities. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say. Enhance your abilities, your intuition. Okay, you want comfort. You want to be able to talk about your issues, your problems when it comes to your intuition. You don't want somebody who's grubby and craves power and greed and has, you know, just a disgusting hate. Okay, disgusting hate for all people who are competitors, right? So that's why I'm seeing that you're being very, very, very careful, which is fine. Okay. Of course. The outcome. Tell me the outcome. Page of Pentacles. So there, like, a whole entire influx on the finances. Now, those of you that had something stolen from you or taken from you, it's going to be returned to you tenfold. That's what they say. In tenfold, it's going to be returned to you. They will work on returning it to you right now. Okay, there might be something that, like a piece of jewelry, it could be, you know, finances, but whatever it is going to be moved back to you here within the next couple of days. You might not have ever found like a replacement for whatever we're looking at. I think, like I said, I think it's like jewelry or something's being given back to you from somebody, and maybe this is like the warning side or the coldness that you needed to deal with this situation. You know, it could be a breakup, honestly, but overall it looks really, really nice. It looks really clean, and I can tell that, you know, one of y'all is definitely more rock hard, rock solid when it comes to certain knowledge. You know, I know the kid is young, but I can see like something to do with a child here being like too young to understand, or you think they're too young to understand, but they understand exactly what you're saying. It's almost like talking to an Einstein child though with this person. So they might be really giddy by nature. They might be very, very passive, but there's something deeper, you know, there's something else. And that's what I'm gonna say. Okay? That's what I'm gonna say, Aquarius. I appreciate y'all. And continue on with his fucking road, with his journey. By the way, wait. I almost forgot my other new cards. Here, I'm gonna show y'all. Okay. So we're gonna set the mood straight with Virgo. Okay, so that's a work card. That's also Virgo the Virgin. So this could be peeling off the top layer of skin, peeling off all of the old shit that just no longer stands is the test of time. You know, you don't need to talk about this no more. This is not a part of your current journey or your future journey, so you can leave it where it's at. Okay, it's done. It's absolutely done. Okay, let's see what else we got. Again, Virgo, like I say, it's absolutely done. We're done with that shit. And Mercury, okay, so that makes sense for work, okay? So those of you that are quitting a job or feeling more bold about certain things at the workplace that you won't need to put into question, then they're saying that that's going to also find success for you, okay? That change is going to find success. So don't worry, Gemini and Wood. Uranus. Okay, so there's also this star quality coming out in some of you that I don't think you ever really noticed. It's a communication thing where you're able to communicate with all sorts of different shapes, colors, sizes, different people in a way that is civil, in a way that is polite, and you don't even have a, you know, good idea, I think, of how based this person is. You know, I think that some people come in for the right reason, some people come in for the wrong reason, but whoever this person is, they came in for the right reason. Okay, very strong individual for sure. I appreciate you, Aquarius. All right, goodbye.